Hello there. In my work clothes today. Well, I've got a lot to do today, so I'll work on that. Right, what I'm going to try and show you today is about LARP arrows, because when it comes down to it, you can pay up to £9–10, something very much like that, and by the end of the day you've lost it or broken it. So being able to repair or make your own arrows comes in very, very useful. I'm going to dissect an arrow first just to show you what's in there. I'll dissect this one because if you notice, the shaft's a little short. That was my own fault. I had a little bit, only enough to make a very short arrow. It worked, it was fine, it was safe, it's just it wasn't very practical. So what I'm going to show you today is firstly how to recondition your bought arrows or arrows that you've previously made. Now what you need to do for this is you need a very sharp knife. Now I've used razor blades to do the same trick, but I found that you get such a clean edge that you can't actually put the two back together accurately. If what we're doing is we're trying to save materials. So just get a very, very sharp knife. I've got my sharpening stone here. Firstly, peel off your flights. There you go. They should peel off. They're only super glued on. The wood usually gives before the rubber, and then you need to clean them up. Peel off your flights. Flights come off quite easily, and whenever you get a broken arrow, peel off the flights, try and keep them. The hardest part is the knock itself. The knock tends to split or break if you try and remove it, and if it does remove easily, then it's not safe anyway, so your best bet is to get a new one. Next, you've got to take your head, and if you feel there's a join about there, if you can see it, there's a join. If you go just about 3mm below that join, you get to the knock. Now this is one that I've stripped apart ages ago just to see what was inside. That's your, not your knock, that's a block of wood. And that's your that's a safety point, as well as the rubber disc that goes below it. So them two are the most important things on the arrow. Everything else is superfluous, it's them two. They are your safety things, because if they break and you're left with a shaft of an arrow, or come loose with a shaft of an arrow, you can kill somebody quite easily. So they are your safest point. Right. So if you just go about 2 or 3mm behind that and you carve into the latex and rubber foam, you should feel the end of the knock, and then just work your way around. If you use a razor blade on this, it is so much easier. But as I said, you get a clean edge. And press down to release the foam from the shaft. It should come pretty quickly. And that should slide off. So there's your first bit. That is just covering. That actually serves no practical purpose. It's the main bit is the body bit, which you're not going to take apart anyway. The foam head on here needs replacing anyway, so I'll probably take that off. It's safe, it's just that sometimes it's easy just to remove it. A pair of scissors would be handy here, but it's safer just to remove it. Let's get rid of that bit. So what you're left with is your shaft and your head. Now we're only keeping the head, so useful tool. I love my tools. And just behind the wooden knock, saw, junior hacksaw is probably better than this. Just behind the wooden knock. Comes loose. There you go. That's the important bit. Don't need that bit. Alright, let's get that out of the way. So what you're left with is your safety bit. This is the safety bit. So what I'm now going to do is take my sharp knife again. I'm just going to drill with the knife, just make a drill point. Ooh, don't want to be doing that. Do it sideways, it's easier. A drill point into the centre, just to centre up the hole for the drill bit itself that I'm going to be using. There we go. Just in the centre. So that's what it would normally look like. And I've just got that bit there. And then you can pop that on. You can use the rubber that you've cut to line it up. So that should line up about, let's see where, not there. See, it's a lot easier to line up when you, that's interesting. There it is. So you can see it's a lot easier to line up when you glue it back together. And this is quite an old arrow, so really, see. Right, next bit is to drill your hole into the top there, which I'm going to show you now. Right, what I've got here is a drill press. You've got a flat surface there, so this should all be flat. So you're trying to get as good an angle as possible. What I've got there is an 8mm bit, because it will widen outside to a 9mm. Most of these dowels are 9mm, 10mm. So what we're going to do, right, there you are, drilled down, right down to the bottom, as you can probably see. Right, the secret is when you go down with the drill, as you got two different types of wood there and they're opposing, when you drill down, the dowel will give up and you'll feel it just give up slightly. That's when you start. You go down, you go down, you go down, and you just do it in very, very small increments. You go down, and then the dowel will give way, because usually it's not fully tight and the glue will give up, so you get into that gap between the dowel and the head, and what you do is you stop when it hits that, you'll feel it, and then you just let go.